feels so much easier to manage. Got the pants and the little top. You just can't beat this for $10, but are the cutest little sets. Morning. Hi friend, welcome back to another video. It is so good to see you. I hope that you're doing well. Thank you for clicking on this video, and thank you in advance for spending time with us today. We're just going to take you throughout our day today. Our morning routine every single day is I put him back in his bed, and he doesn't actually need the pillow at this point, but I just put it there because he's still waking up, and I just want him to be comfortable. By the way, if this is our first time ever meeting, that's my son, Arthur. He is 8 months old. He turned 8 months on the 25th. And I put a few little toys in there, and he knows every single day that this is our morning routine. Mommy makes the bed, and he plays. And I will talk to him, and we'll play peekaboo and laugh and go on at this point. He's such a happy little baby from the get-go. From the time that he wakes up, he is smiling and laughing and just ready to start his day, which I'm like that. I would say that I'm definitely a morning person, but his daddy, oh no, he is not a morning person at all. You better give him a minute. Let him wake up. He just wakes up and yeah, he's not in a good mood. But anyway, are you a morning person or are you not a morning person? And it's okay if you're not, because it takes all kinds. And like my grandmother, not the one that I lived with, but the one that passed away like a year ago, my entire life was never a morning person. If you were going to hang out with her, it needed to be probably sometime after lunch, because she didn't get up till like 10:30 or 11. And that's okay, because oh goodness, who doesn't love to sleep in? And if you decide that that's what you want to do, and you have the ability to do that, and you don't have to get up and go to work or have babies or responsibilities, then hey man, enjoy some sleep, because there's just nothing better. But today, on this day, it is such a rainy, dreary day here in Tennessee. It's actually been raining all week long, and it is going to continue to rain, which is kind of a bummer, because after the rain, the leaves are going to disappear, and then it's going to be more like, okay, this is a little bit depressing, rather than the season's changing. Look at all the leaves, and this is gorgeous fall, and there's a chill in the air. It's going to start to get like, okay, winter has arrived, and this is no longer fun. But it's okay. We're going to thank God for our blessings. We got, a warm place. We've got a warm bed. We've got, comforters and clothes, and the ability to wash our clothes. We have plenty to eat. We could come up with all kinds of meals, and we've got water to drink. We've got family, the love of family, we got a lot to be thankful for sure. But I'm going to lay these clothes out here, and I'm going to actually share with you a haul and show you some things I've got. So I've got new hair. Can you tell? Is it a big difference? Well, the way that this went about was we were in Maryville shopping, having a family day. We had a fantastic time, and I wanted my husband to take me by Sally's, because I was going to get either a toner or some hair color or something to go onto my hair, because it was so long, and it was really getting on my nerves. Like, Arthur was tugging at it and pulling big chunks of it out, and it was just so hard to manage. And you know, in this season of life, it is really hard to make time to go to the salon and sit there for 4 hours at a time because my hair is thick and it's long to get it done. I could make time for that, but I don't want to, and I don't want to even spend the money because there's like one person that does a good job on my hair and she's hard to get in with, but everybody else, I always end up leaving disappointed. And at least if you do it yourself, then, you know, you can't really be mad at anybody or complain. But, so we were going to Sally's, and guess what? Sally's, it was not there, but there was a Smart Style salon that was, it had just opened and they were offering $9.99 haircuts. And I was like, perfect. That is for me. And my husband's like, are you for real? You're not really gonna go get your hair cut, Ashley. Don't do it. And I'm like, no, park this car. I am for real. It is after 7 o'clock at night. Here's a $9.99 haircut. And yes, I'm going to get my hair cut. Because I had cut some of it myself and trimmed up the edges because it was just that long. And I was considering like putting it up into a ponytail right here. And that way it would just layer and fall like that. And by the way, the hairdresser said, don't do that. It's like Brad Mondo. She said, you know how many of those hairstyles that I have had to fix because it messes your hair up. She said, don't do that at all. And so I'm glad that I didn't do that. But yeah, so 5 inches of it is gone. And when I got home, I had some hair dye, and I'm telling you, I don't even know how long I've had it. I got it at Sally's. It was light neutral blonde, and I had 2 of the containers of it. And I didn't even have a 10 volume because I didn't want to lift. I was just going to deposit. So I even used a 20 developer, and you know what? This is the way that it turned out. Light neutral blonde, and this just feels so much easier to manage. It curls up fine. And so for this season of life, this just feels really good to have this done. So yeah, I'm happy with it for right now. But while the baby is having a nap, because he did not take his morning nap, actually I am really stretched thin at the moment. I'm tired, y'all. I'm really tired because it's very hard to do anything and everything because we're in the 8 to 9 month regression where it's just very challenging. He's very needy and he's crying a lot. And we've also had another tooth come through the surface. And so his cheekies are red and he's going through that. I mean, this is such a big, big world and he's going through so much. And so I just need to be there for him and love him. And, you know, and this is just a season. It is what it is. I know that. And I love to be needed and I love a challenge and I'm so incredibly thankful. But I also want to be very real with you that we're in the thick of it right now, you know. So when I show up here, just know that it took a tremendous amount of effort to be here with you. And I want to be here with you. But what I want to do is just pick up the house, you know, daily chores. I don't even know what time it is. It's 1:26. So I just want to finish doing my daily chores. May start a load of laundry. I'm not sure. But I did want to show you a few things that we have picked up here lately because we're getting ready for cold weather. I mean, cold weather, it is here. It's such a rainy week here in Tennessee. But we got a few things from Walmart. Now there is one more like fleece bodysuit, full bodysuit with a hood on it that I'm going to get. I've got it in my cart and we're going to pick it up because that's going to be good for any cold weather activity outside, parades or Christmas lights or going up on the mountain or something like that. So I am going to get him that suit from Walmart. So, and then we also got some things at Bill's, B-E-A-L-L-S. Now I don't know if that goes all the way to Texas because we've had a lot of folks love to see it from Texas here lately, and then Maryland and New York. And so I'm not really sure how far this store runs to, but I know a lot of the southern states, Georgia, Florida, Tennessee, so I think even Alabama, I know that. But this is just a great store, but it's kind of like a Ross or something like that. Anyways, how are you doing, by the way? Are you doing okay? I know there is so much going on, you know, in the world. And if you don't have Jesus in your life, like, how are you making it? For real. How are you out here making it? I'm not even making a joke about it at all, because the Lord is my strength. And there's just something about reading the Bible, which we call that the Word of God, right? There's something about the Word of God when you read it, how it just pierces your soul like a two-edged sword, and it just energizes you, and it just grows your faith and your hope and your strength, and just allows you to keep on keeping on. And without that, and that communication and being able to talk to God, I wouldn't be able to do it. And that's the honest truth. And, you know, maybe this is your sign. If you've been thinking about, you know, maybe seeking out the Lord, having a relationship with Jesus, wanting to find out who God is, you know, maybe this is your sign. Maybe this is your time to seek that out. You know, no joke, because I didn't make it without Him, and I don't know how you're making it. So, you know, just if you've been thinking about it, it's been tugging on your heart, then this is it. You know, seek Him out. And if you seek Him out, you will find Him. But let me turn the camera around and let me just share with you some of the things that we picked up here lately. Okay, so first of all, from Walmart, I wanted to show you these socks. These aren't for the baby, obviously, but they're on clearance for $3. They're Joy Spun, and they had a bunch of them. They had a bunch of different colors. Well, they're super soft, long socks, and I don't know anybody who doesn't like getting socks. So go and snag these if you're going to give out Christmas presents this year, because this would be a great little something or another to give to somebody. And then also be really wary and really careful and pay attention to your prices on things at Walmart, because, for instance, these tags right here, I don't know what's up with Walmart, but they're ripping them off and they're not putting prices on things. And then, like, these said they were $4.98, but then when you ring them up in the register, they're $5.98. So they're charging you a couple dollars more for everything. So just make sure that you pay attention to that, for real. But anyways, we got these because these are super warm. So this is going to be for right now. I got these in the 6 to 9 months. I got the pants and the little top. You just can't beat this for $10. But then I got him the beige one, and they did not have the beige pants, so don't go looking for them. I actually thrifted these for $1 before I got the hoodie, and it's the same brand. These are just a little bit more vintage in the tag or whatever, but how funny is that I found these. So he's got 2 matching little sets here, and I did get him 1 pair of pants. These are 6 to 9 months. He wore these to church on Sunday, and I did press them, but they're already wrinkled. But he is only going to be able to wear these maybe one more time, because these, they're already getting snug. We're about to move up to 12 months for him, but I got him 1 little pair of pants to carry him through for pictures and church and stuff. And then I got him this hat. Now I may end up getting him the gray set. It's like $8, and it does come with the gloves. The gloves fit him perfectly. The little hat has these little ears on it. Now this is not recommended for under 6 months of age, so it's 6 months and up. And this is so warm, so soft, and this is going to be perfect for cold weather. Okay, so from that Bill's outlet store, I got him a fleece Columbia jacket, and it was only $14.99. It was such a great price, but I got it in the size up because they didn't have the size that fit him, and so I ended up returning it because it was just too big. And so I am going to find him another coat, but more along the lines of like the 12 months, and so it doesn't just swallow him, and then it will be safer for him in the car seat as well. And then I got him a 3-pack of long sleeve onesies, and they were in the 6 to 9 months, and David got to look at him. He's like, actually, he's not going to fit these for like, you know, maybe 2 more weeks. So I ended up returning those as well. But everything else that I got, let me show you that. These socks, if you have the store, get these socks. I have had the hardest time finding baby socks that are long and super warm and like fleece lined. Like, I don't understand why long socks for babies is hard to find, but these are exactly what I was looking for. These are by the brand Little Me, and I'll try to find them on Amazon too and link them down below just in case you don't have that store and you are looking for some socks, because these also have the grippies on them. These are the perfect socks. They're warm, they're soft, they're long, and they have grippies. So that's all. And then now these are all 12 months, so I don't know. I was thinking more like Christmas or birthday, but he's probably just going to have these before then. But these are the cutest little sets. So these were $46 originally, and I paid $19.99. And I got this one. I love a crew neck, by the way, with the little Adidas pants. So we got the black and gray, and then I got this Champion set, which I seen that was it Marshalls? Yeah, we have a new Marshalls. They have the light gray in the Champion set. These are $12.99. I may end up getting him the light gray one. We'll see. It just depends on after I get everything out. Let me see how much stuff that I have. I probably don't need them, to be honest. These sets right here, with all the other things that I have for him, this is going to be enough. But yeah, so I've got this little gray set, and then I got the blue Adidas set with the matching little pants. These are so, so cute. And then, hold on 2 seconds, sweetheart. I'll be right there. And then look at this Wrangler set. Literally $9.99 for this set, and I had a $5, so I only gave $5 for this entire outfit. So it's probably a really good thing that they only had the red in his size, because there's so many different colors. I would have to bought them all. But so far, that is everything that I have picked up for cold weather.
is a joyful cheer.
So we have this store, if you're local, it's in Etowah, and it's called the Sundry Store. And I guess they just buy like big pallets of things and they sell it there at the store. And we call it the junk store. So I don't know what everybody else calls it, but they had a bunch of diapers there, and there was this huge box of diapers, and it's by Berkeley Jensen. And I looked it up while I was there in the store, and apparently they sell this brand at a wholesale store called BJ's, which we have one about an hour and a half away in Maryville, but we've never been in there. I think you have to have a membership to go in there. I'm not sure. If you've been in there and shopped before, like, is it worth a membership? Is it like Sam's or Costco, or, you know, what's going on with BJ's? I don't know. But all I know is that they sell these diapers there, and I looked up the reviews, and they had excellent reviews. And 180 diapers for $18.99. Seriously? That is such a good deal. But I will tell you, out of all of the diapers that we have ever tried, you just can't beat Little Rascals. I mean, they're just the softest, the most plush, the most affordable, and with the best ingredients and stuff in it. And then the ones there in the middle, now those actually come from Aldi or Aldi. I'm not sure how people say it. I think it's Aldi. But Aldi has really good diapers as well. We really enjoy using those. So these diapers, just from like looking at them and feeling them, they're more thin than the other two. But, you know, we'll give it a shot. We'll try it. If we don't end up liking them, then we can always pass them on to somebody else. It's not a big deal. It was definitely worth taking the risk. But as long as he doesn't have any reaction or anything like that to them, then I think we'll be good. But I had just a few things that I needed to take upstairs, those shoes that we picked up out of the bedroom. And then my father-in-law turned 72 on Saturday, and we cooked a meal for him and celebrated here at the house. And he brought these books for Arthur. One is about Moses parting the sea. One is Daniel and the lion's den. And the other one is just, that God made nature. And those little books, they're so incredibly precious. And while I was here as well, I thought that I would just go ahead and label this SD card, because my phone storage, it is so full. So I bought an SD card, and this one holds, I think it's close to like, how many pictures was it? It was like 10,000 pictures or so, something crazy that it holds. So I transferred a bunch of pictures over to this SD card, and I just want to put it in a bag and label it just to make sure, that it doesn't get mixed up with any of the other ones. And I know there are things online, like I can do the cloud, and I can do Amazon Prime and stuff like that. But I personally would just feel more secure if I put it on a card, and I don't have to pay any kind of membership or anything for that either. But I was looking at this board, and this board is just really getting on my nerves. David puts all kinds of little notes on there, and they just stay forever. And I have been telling him, actually for weeks now, take a picture of that board, because I'm going to erase everything that's on it. And so I did go ahead and take a picture of it, all his little scribbles, before I erased it. But it was needed. And I put a brand new marker up here because the other one, it was going out. And anyways, this is where we write things down. Like if you run out of ketchup or AA batteries, that's what I wrote on the list. Then we write it up there on the board. Now, at that same junk store, I like to go in and get paper towels and toilet paper. So the Brawny, now that was $7.99. So that was an excellent savings on that. And then this Great Value toilet paper, we've never tried it before, but they had it for $8.99. And I looked it up, and I guess in store it's $25. So that is a significant savings on the toilet paper, and it says septic safe. So I mean, yeah, we're just gonna give it a shot and try it. And also the trash bags, though, I got those from Walmart. They didn't have any that I thought was a good deal there. They did have a bunch of them. And by the way, if you know what store I'm talking about, honey, it's starting to get kind of gross in there, because everywhere you looked, it was pouring the rain. There were buckets with water dripping in it, and their bathroom, I never go in it because it's just like the most vile bathroom I've ever seen in my life. And that's the truth. Well, anyways, yes, there's a baby in this playpen, and he loved it. He thought it was hilarious that we were rolling him. But I thought that I would put the playpen in here because I need somewhere to sit him down when I'm working in the kitchen or doing something. And I got it over here against the window, so it is not close to any of like the knives or the hot water or the stove. So I think it's safe to be right over here. And, he will do well with that because he can lay on his tummy and his back. He can roll, he can kick, he can play with his toys, sit up. He can do all the things that he wants to do, but it will be like a clean, more comfortable space for him. So we're going to try it out there and see how that works out. But I also have like a play pen. Is that what you would call it? I've just got to get a mat for it. But I did want to go ahead and just get the kitchen put up. That is a part of my daily routine. I put the dishes up. My father-in-law brought me some beautiful roses when he came to celebrate his birthday, and I'm just loving them. But also about the oranges, I don't know how you store your oranges because I don't eat oranges. Unfortunately, I don't like them. I wish that I did, but David tasted those and he said that they just really weren't good. So I don't even know if he's going to be able to eat those or not. But anyways, I always keep this blind down because when you're filming a video, that light coming back in, it makes it hard to see you, so you have to keep that down. But I went ahead and pulled it up since we're done in here. There has been a deer out here all morning that I have been watching, and then we put bird seed out there, and I watch birds all the time. We have it's like 6 red birds, a lot of doves and bluebirds, and yeah, we're those people. We love to watch birds and deer and wildlife. And sweet baby, he's having him a nap. He's just the sweetest. I just love him. I just love him so much. But also in the back, I have to tell you this because it was wild. I've never seen anything like this before. It was black and it was white, and I really couldn't figure out what it was. And I got the binoculars. We keep those sitting up here in the windowsill to see what that was. And I was like, it looks like a skunk, but it's way too big. There's no way that could be a skunk. And lo and behold, honey, it was a skunk. It was a mama, and she had like 6 babies on her back, and she was carrying those 6 babies across the field. And no, I'm not a huge skunk fan, but it was so cool. Well, anyways, this is much later, and I ended up having to run out to the dollar store to get some supplies, and I have never tried this kind before, and so I thought that we would just try something different because I always get the same ones over and over, if you know what I mean. And these nail clippers were up front for $1, so I went ahead and got those as well. But we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna start on some dinner, and this is called a chicken Havarti pasta. And I have made this once before, so this is my second time making it, and I actually use it with a different Havarti cheese, but this particular Walmart didn't have that one. This other Havarti cheese, it's $1 less than this one. But I will tell you that this is a recipe that David requested, so that's why I was making this. And then, of course, I'm going to link the recipe in the description box for you, so in case, you're looking for a new recipe. But it's very simple, and it's very delicious. That cheese just takes it to the next level. And then, the heavy whipping cream, usually anything that you put heavy whipping cream in, it usually turns out really good. But yeah, the recipe will be down in the description. But hi baby doll. Now it calls for broccoli and carrots, like roasting those in the oven, and I did not do that. David does not want roasted carrots. Let me get you, hold on. He doesn't like carrots and broccoli, period, no matter how you make them. So I didn't even waste the time to do that because if he has to pick it out, then, it's going to ruin his day. What you do is you just get your pasta cooking in chicken broth. So I use chicken bouillon cubes. It calls for 4 cups of water. So 1 cube per cup. So I put 4 cups in there. And I put a little bit more than 4 cups actually. But I'm going to go ahead and just cook up my chicken. Now it doesn't call for this seasoning, but of course everything is going to need a little bit more seasoning. I don't like some bland food. And then I did go ahead and add the Italian seasoning, which is not necessarily my favorite, but that's what it called for. And by the grace of God, I remembered to keep some pasta water. I almost dumped all of it out, but I remembered at the very last minute, girl, save some of this pasta water. So we'll just let this sit here for just a minute while we're cooking up the chicken. And I always like just small pieces of chicken. I do not like big bites of chicken. I'm not a huge chicken fan. So if it's the smaller the bite, the better. But we're just going to go ahead and cook this up. I'm going to chop those pieces down just a little bit smaller just for myself. And then we'll dump that out into that same pot where we cook the pasta just to save on dishes. And David also requested some bread, so I just went ahead and put some on the thing. I asked him how many he wanted, and he said 3. So I made 1 for myself, and I went ahead and made 4 because I know that he'll eat them. I mean, he is a grown working man, and he needs, his carbs. He needs a lot of food to eat. So I just wanted to make sure that, he had enough to eat. But then next, literally the next thing we do is we're just going to assemble the sauce. And here's where I messed up. I was supposed to put my garlic in and saute that for just a minute. I didn't. So whatever. I'm going to add it to this heavy whipping cream anyway. Trust me, it's going to turn out fine. It's not going to be a big deal, but we're going to scrape all of that stuff off of the bottom. I don't even know if I had a cup of heavy whipping cream like it calls for. I'm just using up whatever I had, and I'm going to put the Havarti cheese in here. Now, Havarti cheese, it's a melting cheese, so this will melt up really easily, and I melted it from straight out of the refrigerator from cold. I didn't let it set come to room temperature, which it'd probably melt even quicker if you did, but it's really not a big deal. But it calls for some sharp cheddar cheese. I had a triple cheddar cheese, and then you put the rest of that chicken broth pasta into this, and literally you just melt it. That's it. And then to assemble it, put your pasta in, put your chicken in, mix that up, and honey, that is it. And I'm telling you, this is delicious. David does not like chicken Alfredo, any of the really heavy, greasy sauces and noodles and stuff. He thinks it's disgusting. Actually, he doesn't like any kind of pasta dish with chicken in it, period. It's just not his thing. But this is something that he loved when I made it. And yeah, he's the one, like I told you, he requested this. But you can serve this out on a plate, which would be, the best thing, because Olive Garden or Applebee's or wherever you go to order pasta, they always serve it on a plate. But I put it into a bowl just because I am being more aware of portion control. And so this bowl just helps me to control how much that I'm eating, especially since I was having a piece of bread. This is a very carb heavy meal, not great for the blood sugar. So, I just wanted to have less, but David said this was delicious. We did eat dinner together or supper together at the kitchen table, and I had a clip of me cleaning all of that up, and somehow it got messed up, and so I couldn't insert that in there. But I'm just gonna go ahead and get everything cleaned up here, and then I'm gonna mop the floor really quick tonight. I have to mop it, if not every day, every other day, since Arthur, he is on the floor with his little feet and his walker and stuff. So let's just get everything cleaned up, power through, so we can call it a night. was just gonna show you what kind of day we're having, but I ended up getting some mums, and these are beautiful, and they were on clearance at Home Depot for $3. They had tons of them, different colorful ones, but I just love the yellow ones. And you know, turns out that you can actually keep mums. They're not just seasonal, so I am watering them and trying to take really good care of them, and hopefully I'll be able to keep them. We'll see. Maybe that's wishful thinking, but I just love my mums sitting here. And then I was going to show you our pumpkins, because we got some pumpkins at Home Depot as well. If you have a Home Depot and you're still looking for a pumpkin, go there, because they have such a great selection, and they're 25% off. And then we also get the veteran discount, so we got a really good deal on the pumpkins and the mums. But anyways, this is me with the eyelashes. And then here is baby with his one tooth. Actually, he has 2 teeth now, but that's him. And then here's daddy. But we put Vaseline on them and everything, and we've been trying to keep them looking good till Halloween so we can take a picture with them. But I just thought that I would just give you an update and share that. But it's a beautiful day. I just wanted to close out the video here and say that I love you. Thank you for being here. You hang in there now. You keep fighting that good fight of faith. And the Lord willing, I will see you again very soon.